Hey guys, Heather the Crochet Witch. Just settling in for my hashtag movie and stitch night. As you can see, I've got my Friday the 13th all fired up. I'm so excited to be on the F's and watch this. I'm thinking there will probably be more than one Friday the 13th watched tonight if I can, since I'm home a little earlier from work than I expected to be. It's been rough the past few nights, and this one wasn't as bad. Still long, but not as bad. Anywho, so I have Friday the 13th fired up. I've got my messy desk going on. I have my Bath & Body Works candle for the night going, which is a new one. It's one I haven't tried before. It's called Wild Berry Donut. If you watched my last little haul from Bath & Body Works, that was in it. Which it's very sweet. It's not bad at all. It looks really cool in my bat candle holder, I think. It's warm enough that the fan hasn't been pulled out, my desk fan. And there's Winston all hanging out on my desktop. I have the one square that I haven't managed to sew in here, and I have that stuff going on. And then I have my yarn, my hook, and my movie. So let's get into it. I will get back to you guys as soon as it's over, or maybe as soon as the second one is over. And yeah, we'll talk shop, and I'll show you what I got done, and yeah, we'll talk about this movie if you haven't seen it, or if you don't know what it is, and if you don't know what a big Friday the 13th fan I am. But anywho, alright, I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye!
Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you doing? Sorry, I have that just woke up sound in my voice again, because I just woke up. So I figured I would do this video before work since I didn't finish it last night, because even though in my beginning part of this video I said, oh, I got out of work earlier than I thought and blah blah blah. First of all, it wasn't that much earlier than I thought. Really, I was kind of like fooling myself into thinking I could watch multiple movies and get a lot done and all that good stuff, but that caught up with me. So I only watched the one, and yeah, so, but I did get work done on my project. So what you're here for is the Movie and Stitch, hashtag Movie and Stitch. That is the big collab that everyone is doing. It was started by Terry from Yarn Joy podcast, if I can speak. And the idea is to go through the alphabet and watch a movie that starts with each letter of the alphabet each week. And I think in the spring or summer at some point there's going to be a double feature night coming up so they can fit everything into 1 year. I'm not sure when that is, but otherwise it's like every 2 weeks we do this, and or pretty much it seems like whenever anybody feels like it. Like some people are starting and catching up, some people are moving ahead, and that's all good. You know, it's just for fun. So there are playlists out there, but also you can search the hashtag Movie and Stitch blue part that should be in my title, and it should take you to all of the different videos that have been hashtagged in that way also. So for my F movie, if you can't tell, I'm very in the spirit today to do this video. One of my many Friday the 13th shirts. I did watch the first Friday the 13th. I went back and forth on it, whether I should watch this one, which this one is the 1980 released one, the original one. There is a newer one that is just Friday the 13th also, but it is, like I said, it's newer. It's not like this is like the origins of Jason, if you don't know, if you're not familiar with the Friday the 13th franchise. So I went with this one. I did start the second one, and I actually intend over the next couple weeks to still watch all of the Friday the 13th, because now I'm just like in the mood. You ever get like just in the mood to like binge on something that's like your favorite thing? So I'm probably going to watch more of them. Put them on when I go to bed or something, you know. But yeah, definitely inspired me to get all my movies back out for this. So here's the cover one more time. And yeah, so if you are not familiar with Friday the 13th, it's one of what I consider like the classic slasher guys. Jason is, who is the guy from Friday the 13th. There's Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street. There's Michael Myers from Halloween. There's other ones that people would throw in there, like the Jeepers Creepers has I know he has a name, and I don't think it's Jeepers Creepers. I do love those movies, but I think I'm going to be watching that coming up, actually, so I can tell you what his name is then. Anywho, but I'm like really brain farting today because I guess just getting up, I'm just going to stick with that excuse. But anywho, back to the review. Obviously, it's a favorable review because this is like my favorite like franchisee horror villain. But like I said, Jason is the one from this one. He is, if you're unfamiliar, known for being the one in the hockey mask, even though, kind of moving into the trivia bit, Jason did not get his mask until the end of 3 or 4, maybe. Because, and there's 10 of the original series movies, and then there's the newer remake one, and then there's Freddy versus Jason. So there's 12 movies in the Friday the 13th like franchise, but everybody knows him for having like his hockey mask on, like that's the Jason like icon. But he actually in the first movie, he wasn't even in it as an adult at all. I don't want to spoil it, but if you guys haven't seen it, like I'm always like, I don't want to spoil it, but if it's been a certain amount of time and you haven't seen it, then it's fair game. And this was made in 1980. The killer in the first movie wasn't Jason. I'm just going to say that. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this movie and you probably know who the killer was, but it's not Jason. Jason only shows up in two moments. He shows up in a memory, like a flashback or whatever, not an actual memory, but just like a flashback of what happened, and then to him. And then he shows up at the very end when the girl is like, oh, I made it, and kid Jason appears in the lake that he had drowned in the beginning, like so many years ago. I think the beginning, like when Jason died, was set in like 1953, and then it went to present day, which at the time was 1980. And let me tell you what, like, do you guys ever watch old movies and you just like, this one was 1980, so you got like a style of the 70s. Actually, it was shot in 79, so you don't actually get true 80s stuff happening, even though it was released in the 80s. But this was shot in 79, and you just, I don't know, like some of the mannerisms, like one of the actors was making fun of another, the character was making fun of a character, and when the second character was kind of like blowing him off, he went, hey, like, I'm not well versed with this, but I'm pretty sure that was a Fonz thing, like a little, hey, you remember the Fonz? Anyway, I'm showing my age, right? Really bad. That show was a little bit before me, but I definitely like know of it. But I mean, just little like cultural things and like the vehicles and just the way things looked, and I almost feel like there was a different like way people spoke, like not necessarily that accents changed, but like when you watch like a 50s movie or something like that, like they do almost have an accent with the way they speak, like with the way they articulate things. Do you know what I mean? Does that make any sense, or am I just kind of babbling? But there was definitely like the 70s, even 80s like vibe in this, and I was like in love all over again. So that's why I wanted to rewatch these. Sorry, I'm kind of babbling, but I'm just, I don't know, giddy about like this whole movie thing now that since I'm doing horror movies, I like get kind of giddy about all of them because most of them are ones that I've seen before and they're like happy memory things and anywho. So during the movie, oh, we need trivia. So I gave you a little bit of trivia. I gave you the Jason didn't get his mask early on thing. I gave you the Jason was barely in the first movie thing. But also I found some other like bits of trivia. And if you watch the movie, like they refer to like when the campers come up and they're giving them like their little warnings, like you shouldn't go there, it's cursed. They call like the locals of the town call Camp Crystal Lake Camp Blood, like because of the counselors getting killed in the 50s or whatever, and they say the place is cursed. And though the director from early on had wanted the title of Friday the 13th, and obviously that's what stuck, the screenwriter for the movie originally wanted to call it Long Night at Camp Blood. So he did not win, but that's what the movie almost got called. I don't think it has quite the same ring, so I think they made a good choice. Also, the place, I did know this, but I didn't know like the full detail of it. The place they used for filming is actually a real camp. They were allowed to film there after the campers had left for the season. And the camp is in New Jersey, and it is called Camp Nobi Bosco, N-O-B-E-B-O-S-C-O, Nobi Bosco. And the camp is still in operation today. It was founded in 1927, and it's been an operational camp ever since. They still have campers there, and then when the campers leave for the season, you can book Friday the 13th location tours. So, they even sell Camp Crystal Lake merch, and like if you're familiar, or if you hopefully want to know this, Jason is like a mama's boy in a way. His mom killed the original set of counselors and everybody because of his drowning. So like the murders happened because of her. And then through the movie there is mommy notes. Like he has her, I don't want to be too gory. If you're very, very sensitive, skip ahead like 30 seconds. But basically like when she was killed, she was beheaded, and he has her mummified head as a shrine to her in the second one. So like there's candles and all that stuff. So the mom is like a big part. Okay, you can come back now. But so the mom is a big part of Jason, and the Camp Crystal Lake merch that this actual camp sells. There's like regular, like there's like things that say like Camp Crystal Lake for the sign. They have that sign posted even though that's not the name of the park. And they have like all the Friday the 13th little merch and stuff. And then they sell, totally random, they sell like spices, like cooking spices. And it's called like Hot Mama, because mom. Anyway, I thought it was pretty funny. So that I'm pretty excited actually to find out that they do tours, and it sounds like they do it in the fall, because even though it's a summer camp, I even noticed something that I hadn't noticed before in the first movie when I was watching it is, like I told you, in real life for the filming, they waited till the campers left. So I'm pretty sure they basically that would mean they were in like the fall season in New Jersey. And when they show the lake and the foliage and stuff, there is a lot of green, but like, especially on the lake, there's trees changing, and like, there's definite like oranges and stuff starting to happen in the foliage, in the trees. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying so your tours would be in the fall too, probably. And like, that's really cool. Like I wanted to go up to Salem, Massachusetts and visit there, and actually stay at the Lizzie Borden bed and breakfast, which I know isn't in Salem, but I mean on the trip and at some point. And like, I would love to add that to the tour. Like, Who wants to go on a Friday the 13th tour, you guys? Anyway, I thought that'd be really cool to do. So I'm going to quit babbling about Friday the 13th. I think you guys get the gist. It is just it's your basic like hack and slash 80s horror movie. And it leads into a lot more of them, which I'll be watching. But the project that I have been working on is granny squares, and it's meant to be like a Halloween blanket. One of the yarns that I have been using, which this is all that's left of it, but there's the colors. I have other skeins of it, obviously, so I mean, I'm about to dig into a new one when I start my next movie. But this is the color. It is a Karen Jumbo, and it is in the color Plum Copper. And I just feel like this is a very like Halloween-y type color scheme. Like, I'm not positive if you can get it. I didn't look it up when I said that last time, or if this is one of the discontinued ones, but I think it was clearanced out at my Joann's. Either that or I got it during one of those really good sales at Joann's, and there just weren't many of them, but I grabbed all of them because I was like, I don't care how many Halloween blankets I make, I want this in it. Like, even if it's just the border at some point, I wanted it. So I grabbed it, and so I probably have I've only got like 2 or 3 more of them, I think, over here. Yeah, I have 2, I think. So, I've been making solid granny squares. Let me try not to make a mess of this. And with that, and bordering it in the yarns that are living in my Bon Jovi bag, I have bordered the squares in 3 random colors. This one is called just Violet. It's called Violet, not just Violet. But it is a Big Twist classic, yeah. So technically it is a 5-weight, whereas the jumbo's a 4. But the jumbo is kind of a thick 4 in my opinion, and this is a pretty thin little 5. So it works. It has worked. I have had no issues with it. But I just felt like this was a really like neon-y, dark neon purple. So I like that. It's very like witchy to me. And then I'm just going to show you like this. This one here is another of the same, the Big Twist Classic. And it is in the color, let me peek for the label, but I think it's just orange. Yep, it's just the color orange. So it's another of the same type. And then this one is a Big Twist, and this is Big Twist Rainbow, which technically has been discontinued. But let me tell you what, if you guys ever had this and you want to mix it with something, this is basically the same exact thing. And at one point, Joann's clearanced out all of this because they got rid of the Big Twist Rainbow. And they have Big Twist Classic in its place even. And one of the colors is the same exact one. It's just a different label. So it's the same yarn in my opinion. Like, this green has the tiniest bit of more fuzz on it, but I honestly think that might be because it was rolling around on a shelf longer than the other ones were. This is in the color Lime, and it is not available. This color is not available in the Big Twist Rainbow. So if I do run out on this, I'm SOL. Because I'm not going to be getting any more of that because I can't find it in the store. I even like checked that Super Joann's when we went on the field trip there that day. And yeah, nothing. So, and then what I'm joining it with is just Red Heart with Love. And this is just in the color black. I have a bunch of these, see, just black. I have a bunch of these in black and a couple different colors. Like I have blues and whites from a really big sale that it was like Walmart's last Black Friday sale that had yarn. They had a bunch of the smaller with loves. So I got a bunch of the primary colors because I knew I'd end up using them, and I have. So I'm doing like a continuous join, and it's going to be a really big blanket. This is how much of this that I've joined so far. And then I had these squares, and I made what I did for this movie was I had this top part all joined already, the top row, to see how long I wanted it. And then I made this square, and I joined this square and this square. So that's what I got done during the movie. So, I mean, it'll basically look like this, but twice as wide. So I'm really digging it. And then I'm going to try to, if I have enough, I'm going to try to put all the colors in the border and then finish that with black. And I have worked on these appliques before that I still didn't completely finish. But I had one Red Heart with Love metallic. So hopefully you can see some of the shiny in this a little bit. But I made these cute little ghost appliques that I found. I think I've linked it below. If I haven't, I'll try to remember to. But I made those, and I made them in 3 different sizes. So I made them in that size. I made them in this size. And then still eyeless at the moment, I made them in this size. Let me see if that'll show the... there you go. See that shimmer that was on it right there? It's like an iridescent. So I thought like iridescent shimmer would be really cool for ghosts, right? So I'm thinking the different sizes will all go on here in different places. But where some of the corner joins are, maybe I'll put like a little ghost there. I don't know. I just thought that'd be really cute. I might work on some other different ones. I did look up pumpkins, but I didn't find any that I super loved. I'll have to keep looking. I didn't put a lot of time and effort into it anyway, but I will. But that is what I got done for my blanket and my movie and stitch project this week. The next one, I will try to find a better cover picture to insert when I reveal my G movie, but none of the ones that I found look exactly like my covers. Maybe I'll just take a picture of that and put it in here instead. But the movie that I'm gonna do for G is Ghoulies, which if you're a horror film person, you may know what that is. Ghoulies is another really old, like 70s to 80s type horror movie, and I super love it. I love it so much. Not quite as much as Friday the 13th, but like it is definitely like a part of my childhood. You know, like my mom let me watch a lot of horror movies, which I'm sure is what's wrong with me now. But I really don't honestly feel like that hurt me. Like I feel pretty well adjusted. Anyway, so that's it. I am not going to keep you guys any longer. I feel like I just kind of babbled a lot during this one because, yeah, anyway, because I keep doing that. All right. If you want to and have not yet, please hit the subscribe button down below. I do put out videos often, more times than once a week. Usually lately it's been almost every day, almost. Or every other. We'll go with every other. This week is definitely a random week, so like I'm still waiting on my wool warehouse orders. I can show you guys that. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. I will be better prepared next time. I love you guys so much. Bye, guys.